If I sound a little frustrated, by the way, forgive me. I've been trying to make this video multiple times, and I have had multiple issues with being disconnected and having to reconnect in order to make the video. So again, if you hear frustration, I apologize for that. The point being, I'm so frustrated I can't even make the video tonight. I mean, I can, but it's getting to the point where I'm just going to go ahead and go off the cuff here. So the thing is that I was commenting on Amazon about what this person wrote, and I'm going to put the link in the description if I can, and I wanted to respond to his comment, and I was responding when I accidentally moved my hand and closed out my browser, and it didn't even really, as far as I know, save the, for lack of a better term, comment shtick itself. But my point in replying to that person's comment was the person complained about some of the date, age discrepancies, and the point I was going to make is that, well, sometimes it was the information from the records, and this contains spoiler alerts, by the way, because it's about the book that's titled Maud, and some of it did have to do with the records. For example, on the 1920 census, Maud is listed as being born in 1892 in Missouri, and in the 1930 census, she is listed as being born in 1891 in Tennessee. On the 1940 census, she is listed as being born in 1892 in Missouri. And on each of the census records, from 1920 to 1940, she is listed as 28, 39, 48. And so, a lot of times it could be the records, some discrepancies there, but a lot of times, actually most of the time, if not all of the time, it's the person who gave the information to the record. So for example, if Maud would give one bit of information to the census taker one year and then other information to the census taker in the next year, and especially Maud gave information to others that wasn't true, then of course Donna Mabry was going to have a hard time keeping with the dates and ages and what have you. And from family experience, I notice, I've talked about before, where my great-great-grandparents and others, especially my great-great-granddad Zarnecki, was more than willing to lie, more than willing to give contradictory information, etc., etc. The only way that I was able to, for example, confirm my great-great-grandma's alleged birth date of June 26, 1882, was by finding this record. A man named Shmuel Morgovich died in Stakliskis, Lithuania, on April 4th, 1882. He was 20 years old. He had tuberculosis. Well, great-great-grandma's parents were from Stakliskis, and here's a maternal relative, a Morgovich, or a Morgievich, died of tuberculosis. So, of course, great-great-grandma's parents would have gotten out of Stakliskis and moved to Bosse, Poland. And June 26, 1882 seems to have checked out. But, of course, when she died, on her death certificate, through her daughter Alice, she gave her birth date as 1884 and her parents as Anthony and Catherine. And, of course, where we've seen this before is great-great-granddad's parents being given the names Antony and Katarzyna, and really through no choice of her own because of the crypto-Jewish baptism. And then, of course, at a crypto-Jewish wedding where she had to swear that she didn't sign a ketubah and all that. And so, and especially in this case with Maud, who was the grandmother to Donna Mabry, Maud was a beloved, close, and direct relative. And, see, beloved, close, trusted, and direct. And so, of course, Donna was going to try to trust her grandmother over some of the records and what have you. And Maud apparently came from a very dysfunctional family, and also Maud sounds like she was very dysfunctional herself, so if she was anything like my great-great-granddad in particular, and from the stories I've heard, he sounds like he was a real character, because to make a long story short, my great-grandma Zarnecki, of blessed memory, understood him to be a drunk, and then my great-great-grandma, for the 2 or however many years she knew her, because great-grandma and great-granddad got married in 1934, great-great-grandma died in 1936, and apparently, from what my Aunt Mary had told me at the time, the doctor had said to great-grandma and great-granddad, if you don't get out of that house, you're going to have a mental breakdown. And so there's just a lot of, I know from experience, I know from stories I've heard, I know from all this other stuff that if Maud was anything like my great-great-granddad in particular, and if he was like a lot of others in my, Maud was like others in my paternal family as well as some in my maternal family, then I can understand the age, date, and other discrepancies that Donna Mabry makes in regards to her grandmother's story and vital statistics and what have you.